my creative and artistic friends, and welcome to this new watercolor tutorial video. And this time we are going to paint this really cute teeny tiny cat, and we already have painted a few so far, so if you have missed those, I put the links in the description. You can check those out as well. So in this video we are going to draw and paint this one. So if you're new to my channel, please let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Sandra Hermans and I'm a watercolor artist and illustrator from the Netherlands, and I create content for you on my channel to teach you how to draw and how to paint, grow confident with your painting skills, and you can also come here for inspiration. So if you like this content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification. This way you will get a message every time I post new content, so you're sure that you won't miss anything. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, so this way I know what resonates with you and what content I need to create more of. So if you like to get started on drawing and painting this really cute kitty, then grab your paint supplies and we can get started. Let's go! So let's start with sketching the outline of this cat. For this, I made an example of the steps that you can take to draw this cat, or you can follow along with me as I am sketching this on my watercolor paper. I always use an HB pencil because that is the easiest to erase off the paper, and you don't want to have the pencil lines in your end result, so try to sketch as thin as possible, and if you need it, try out on some regular cheap paper or sketch paper first before you try it on your watercolor paper. You can follow along with the example and the steps that I've drawn out in the image that I showed you before, so you can rewind the video and pause it there for a bit, or you can follow along the way that I'm drawing it here. Use a soft eraser to erase the lines that you no longer need. And then after that, grab a kneading eraser and roll it over your paper. Now don't erase the lines, you still need to be able to see them, so we can start and painting them in. So yes, this truly is the fun part. We are going to paint. So you are not able to see the lines on my paper, but when I'm painting, I am seeing them. So make sure that you are still able to see where you need to put your paint. And then just use it as a coloring sheet. Grab your round brush, put on some water and paint on your brush, and then start painting in within those lines. And as you do that, you can paint along the edges and then brush it out. Whatever you do, try not to touch the lines so that the paint won't blend in together. Now we are painting with the same color, so it doesn't matter at this point, but it's a habit that you want to learn. So at this point, the brown paint has dried, and now I'm using some blue paint to paint in that belly. Of course, you are free to use whatever color that you like. You can follow along with me, or you can paint. Perhaps you have a cat and you want to paint this cat like how your cat looks like. So now we have done the basis, we have painted a watercolor wash, and now we are going to add some details. So I'm using pink to paint in those ears, and with some indigo blue on my very small round brush, I'm painting the nose and the mouth of the cat. And then I'm also painting those eyes. So you really need to make sure that that watercolor wash that we painted before has totally dried. Otherwise, the paint will blend in with the background and just doesn't look very good. Now I've decided that this cat is going to have some stripes. So I'm using burnt umber, some dark brown paint here, and I'm using it highly pigmented. So I have a lot of paint and just enough water to keep it wet, but not so much water that it's diluted. So you can choose to follow along again. This is just totally up to you. You can also give it another pattern or no pattern at all, or dots, or just play around and do whatever you like. So basically what we're doing here is painting wet on dry because the bottom layer has completely dried. So this way you can have those sharp edges and you can really nicely paint those details on top of it. So play around with this and have some fun. Now I like to add some more blue shading on the belly of my cat. I don't want it to become too dark, but I love it to have some more depth and shading. So also here with the tip of my brush, just slightly alongside the edge. And then you can decide to use some water to brush it out a bit. And now it's time to add something in the background as well. So with my small round brush, I am painting some flowers here. So these are the stem and the leaves of the flower using sap green and gently painting in those leaves. You can paint whatever leaves or flowers that you like, or you can also follow along. So I'm going for some really whimsical tulips here with some pink, dropping in some darker pink, painting a butterfly on top. You don't have to paint these things in the background if you don't want to, but of course you can follow along or try out some stuff yourself. And now that we have painted everything, it's time for a few finishing touches. Of course, with some white gouache and our teeny tiny brush, adding some details to those eyes and the nose. And with a black marker, we are drawing on the whiskers of the cat. 3 whiskers on each side and some dots there as well. And now something that I always love to do, but it's completely optional. I love to use a pencil to add some pencil texture on top of my watercolor illustrations. And when I do that, I love to pick a color which goes well with the watercolor that I've painted, but add some extra shading. First the shading, and then I'm picking up some other colors for some highlights as well. You can also use a pencil for some details. are done with drawing and painting this really cute kitty, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and the process and that you are happy with what you've created. I am very, very curious to see what you made, so please share it on your socials and tag me at Sandra Art Studio and use the hashtag CreateWithSandras. This way I see what you've made, but also other people get inspired as well. And I would love other people to join in creating this really cute art with us. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love to ask you to do so and give this video a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. So I would love to see you in the next video as well. Have a nice day and see you soon. Bye.